Integrity. This is not about a man being perfect. It is about a man being real. He is honest, not just with others, but with himself. He keeps his word. He is in alignment with his values. He does not say one thing and do another. He does not make promises he cannot keep. This integrity is a quiet, powerful force. A woman's heart has a very sensitive radar for a man who is a fraud. A man who says all the right things, but whose actions tell a different story. But a man of integrity, his actions and his words are in perfect harmony. And this creates a feeling of profound trust. A feeling that is so rare, so precious, so deeply attractive, that it transcends all of the superficial metrics of attraction. It is the feeling that you are safe in his hands, not just emotionally, but spiritually. He is a man who is solid, a man who is grounded in his own truth. And in his truth, a woman finds the freedom to be fully truthful in hers. This kind of integrity is also about a man's ability to take accountability. When he makes a mistake, he does not deflect, he does not blame, he does not make excuses. He owns it. He says, "I was wrong, I apologize," and in his apology, there is no weakness, there is only profound strength. He is not afraid of being imperfect, because his confidence is not based on being perfect, but on his unwavering commitment to growth. This unwavering self-belief also frees a man from the need to control. A man who is insecure needs to control his environment, his partner, and his emotions. He is a man who is constantly worried about losing a woman, and in his fear, he pushes her away with his jealousy, his demands, his attempts to mold her into who he wants her to be. But a man who is authentically confident does not need to control a woman. He trusts her. He trusts that she is a whole, sovereign human being who will make her own choices. He sees her as an equal partner, not as a possession. This lack of control is deeply attractive. It says, "I am a man who is so secure in himself that I am not threatened by your freedom." This is a profoundly modern and profoundly beautiful form of attraction. It is a love that is not a cage, but a set of wings. It is the feeling that you are not just in a relationship, but in a partnership of equals who are both committed to each other's freedom. This is the second and most fundamental truth of attraction. A woman is not drawn to a man who tries to possess her. She is drawn to a man who gives her the freedom to fly. And in her flight, she will always return to the man who gave her wings. The third piece of the code is all about generosity, not of money, but of a man's heart and spirit. This is a subtle but powerful form of attraction that goes far beyond any grand gesture or expensive gift. A man who is genuinely generous with his energy, his time, and his care is a man who signals to a woman that she is a priority. He is not just looking for a relationship for what she can give him. He is seeking to build a life where he can give to her, where he can contribute to her happiness and her growth. This is the profound difference between a taker and a giver. A taker is a man who is constantly looking for what he can get from a woman, her time, her affection, her energy, her validation. He is a man who leaves her feeling drained, exhausted, and empty. But a giver, he is a man who is so full of his own purpose and his own joy that he is constantly looking for ways to pour into her life. He sees her as a beautiful garden, and he is a willing gardener. He is a man who is generous with his compliments, who is generous with his encouragement, who is generous with his time. He is a man who seeks to make her life easier, not harder. This generosity is a profound act of love, a love that is not a transaction, but a constant, flowing river of care. It is a form of attraction that is built not on a fleeting moment of excitement, but on a lifetime of quiet, unwavering support. This generosity is also deeply connected to a man's playfulness, his ability to not take himself too seriously. A man who is too rigid, too serious, too focused on performance, is a man who is not truly present. He is a man who is afraid of being seen, who is afraid of being human, but a man who is playful. He is a man who is a master of the moment. He can laugh at his own mistakes. He can make a woman laugh when she is feeling stressed. He can turn a mundane task into a fun game. This playfulness is deeply attractive because it signals to a woman that life with him is not just about survival, but about joy. It is a profound act of vulnerability. A man who is willing to show his light, his humor, his childlike wonder. This is a love that is not built on a foundation of seriousness, but on a foundation of joy. This is a love that is not a destination, but a constant unfolding journey of laughter and delight. The more a man can laugh at himself, the more a woman feels safe to be imperfect in his presence. The more he can be a source of joy, the more she will want to be around him. The unexplainable attraction here is a feeling of a shared light, a feeling that together they can make the world a more fun, more vibrant, and more beautiful place. This generosity and playfulness also create a feeling of safety and vulnerability. A woman is not just looking for a man who is strong, she is looking for a man who is strong enough to be gentle. A man who is strong enough to be vulnerable. A man who is strong enough to let his guard down and show her his own heart. The traditional narrative of masculinity tells men that vulnerability is a weakness, but a woman's heart knows that it is the ultimate strength. A man who can cry in front of her, who can admit that he is scared, who can say, "I need you," this is a man who has done the inner work. He has a heart that is so full of love that he is not afraid of being broken. This vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a profound form of generosity. It is a gift that he gives to her. And in his giving, he invites her to be truly and completely herself. The secret code here is a beautiful paradox. The more a man is willing to show his humanity, the more a woman is drawn to his strength. It is a love that is not a performance, but a profound and often messy reality. A reality that is filled with both joy and sadness, both laughter and tears, both strength and vulnerability. And it is in this reality that a woman finds her true home. This is the third and most fundamental truth of attraction. A woman is not drawn to a man who is perfect, she is drawn to a man who is profoundly and beautifully human. And so, we arrive at the final and most powerful part of the code, the undeniable truth that women are attracted to emotional maturity. This is the one trait that is not just a part of the code, but is the very code itself. Emotional maturity is the synthesis of all the other qualities we have discussed. The ability to provide emotional safety, the capacity for profound presence, the quiet confidence of a man with a purpose, the unwavering integrity, the generous spirit, and the playful heart. Emotional maturity is not a destination, it is a way of life. It is a man who has done the inner work, a man who has confronted his own shadows, his own fears, his own insecurities. He is a man who has a healthy relationship with his own emotions. He does not bury them. He does not explode with them. He simply feels them and lets them pass. This is a man who is not afraid of a woman's emotions, because he is not afraid of his own. This is a man who is not a project to be fixed, but a partner to be cherished. A woman's heart is seeking this maturity for a profound and deeply evolutionary reason. She is not just looking for a man to be her partner. She is looking for a man who can be a co-parent, a co-creator, a co-architect of a shared life. A man who is emotionally mature is a man who can build a stable, loving home for a family. He is a man who can navigate the storms of life with a steady hand. He is a man who can be a rock for his children. This is the deep, unspoken truth behind a woman's attraction. A truth that is rooted not in a woman's need for a man, but in her deepest, most primal need for security and continuity.